You guys know me. Dude, I'm a numbers guy. I'm always talking about breaking down numbers. I'm going to break down this number for you. How do you do this? For those that say, dude, that sounds too big, it sounds too hard, it sounds too difficult, man, nobody can do it, right? Dude, I believe that everyone can do it, and I certainly believe that you can do it watching right now. If you break down 100K, what is 100K? Dude, it's 50K every 6 months, okay? It's 25K per quarter. It is $8,000 per month. You can keep going. You can keep breaking it down. It's only $2,000 per week. And something I used to do and that I used to really break it down is, hey, it's only $300 a day. There isn't anyone that I know or don't know that can't make $300 a day in this business. Everyone I know, every agent I've ever spoke to, if you're jumping in on Facebook, man, please share this thing out. If you're jumping in on YouTube, keep the thumbs up coming. Comments and questions, that's what I want today. There's nobody, everyone I know can make $300 a day, especially in this business. It's not that hard. It's not rocket science. If you break down $300 a day, yeah, it's about, 6.5, 7 days. Maybe it's every day. But everyone I know can make $300 a day, because $300 a day equates to about a half of a sale. It's only a half a sale. You say, dude, man, 300 a day, $300 a day sounds too hard. You said, dude, I worked at Chick-fil-A and I only made about $100 a day at Chick-fil-A. If Chick-fil-A don't pay you enough, man, you need to get in the insurance business. If you're in the insurance business, this is so. I want to start. I'm going to teach you how to make 100 grand today, but I want to start by walking through the numbers. 25 grand a quarter, 8 grand a month, $2,000 a week, only $300 a day. It is possible. I'm going to remove the question mark now, because it is possible for anyone and everyone to make $100,000 per year in the insurance business. It is 100% possible. Today, I'm going to go over my system to make $100,000. I'm going to go over a lot of different things, but I'm going to first go over my Triple S system. You guys know me. When I was 19 in college, trying to figure this business out, dude, I struggled for the first few months, man. It wasn't like, hey, this 19-year-old kid knew what he was doing, man. I had no insurance experience. No sales experience, no knowledge. Didn't know what to do and how to do it. But I'm a numbers person. I'm a goal setter. So when I set that goal, I quickly learned, I didn't know it at first, but I quickly learned the stats of what I need to do. So I call this the Triple S system. The first S stands for set. The second S stands for sit. And the third S stands for sell. Looks like a fishing hook or something, but you get the idea. I didn't say I had the best handwriting in the world. I just said I could teach you how to make 100 grand. Set, sit, and sell. You say, okay, Cody, what does this mean, set, sit, and sell? What's your Triple S system? What are you talking about here? You say, because, dude, I've never heard this. I've been in the insurance. You say, dude, I've been in the insurance business. Right, Josh? Jimmy's been in the business like 68 years. He may not like that. But dude, you say, dude, I've been in the business forever. I've never heard of a Triple S system. What the Triple S system is if you want to succeed and make at least $100,000 plus in this business, then you need to set 15 appointments every single week. This is a weekly system that I call the Triple S system. Set 15, sit with 10, and sell 5. And it isn't rocket science whatsoever. He said, LOL, almost. Josh, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, brother. Dude, you guys got, Facebook is destroying right now in comments. YouTube needs to catch up over there. You guys are asleep. That or our YouTube feed's out, one of the two. I don't think it is, but I think you guys are just snoozing. $100,000. Everybody can make $100,000 per year. if you follow this weekly system. You're like, dude, I'm a new insurance agent. I'm struggling. I don't know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And maybe you think you're not any good. I'm here to tell you, Tony, that it's not that the insurance agents aren't any good, or they don't have insurance knowledge, or they don't have sales experience, or that somebody's not training them, or their commission's too low, or that they don't have enough carriers. Insurance will make excuses all the time. Insurance agents fail. 92% of insurance agents fail. Insurance agents fail all the time. And they said, dude, and Jimmy says, dude, if it was rocket science, I couldn't do it. Dude, I'm with you, brother. Especially if it was rocket surgery. Insurance agents don't fail because of a lack of training, but that's the first excuse. Agents fail, then they end up on my YouTube channel and they say, hey, thank you for the helpful tips and thank you for the kind words. My previous experience didn't go well because no one trained me. Rather than coming up with an excuse for why you failed, maybe you just didn't get in front of enough people. Because I'm a believer that if you get in front of enough people consistently enough every single week, you'll learn insurance knowledge on the fly. You'll learn sales experience on the fly. And you'll figure out the training portion even if you can't find it. Obviously, you can find it here. We do freaking training every day, all day. I shot like 8 videos this morning. I shot one video about this exact thing. And then our SD card broke. So I'm like, dude, let's just do a show on it, right? To keep it real, to keep it transparent, that's what happened. So I'm like, dude, let's just do it. Let's just do a Facebook Live and a YouTube Live. Let's just do our insurance agent training show on it. By a show of hands on Facebook and YouTube, do you believe that you can make over $100,000 every single year in this business by using this system? Doesn't matter, Bailey, who their IMO is. Doesn't matter what carriers they sell. Doesn't matter what commission level they're on. None of this matters if they don't see enough people. Because if you break down the why of why agents fail, it's because you didn't talk to enough prospects. When you don't talk to enough prospects, guess what? Guess what, Jimmy Needles, Duck, Duck, Goose, man? I don't know what that means, but when you don't talk to enough prospects, you don't set enough appointments. When you don't set enough appointments, you don't make enough sales. And when you don't make enough sales, guess what? You don't make enough money. Rigo Lopez, Tommy Mack. When you don't make enough money, you fail. You say, dude, I failed because of a lack of training. No, you didn't. You failed because you didn't do the first part of the equation. You didn't get in front of enough people. The one number I focused more on than anybody, Rigo, on YouTube, the one number I focused on more than anything when I was a new agent was this. I mean, that was every single week I'm constantly saying, dude, I'm going to sit with 10 people. Every week I knew without a shadow of a doubt I am going to sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week. I knew that that would happen. I knew that I would make $100,000 even at 19, and I couldn't spell the word sales, as long as I sat and asked 10 people to buy every single week, which is why I'm such a firm believer in sitting with 10. How many leads do you need to purchase weekly? In this exact example, you need to purchase around 30 leads per week. In this exact example, Venom2775 on YouTube, in this exact example, if you want to work leads, you need to work about 30 leads a week. You could say, well, dude, I can see more people than 10 if I have 30. Good, and you should, but not every agent's created equal. Some agents struggle at appointment setting. Some agents aren't any good when they door knock, so they don't end up seeing enough people. So I'm actually making the numbers sound higher on purpose, because at the end of the day, I want you successful. I don't want you struggling, and I don't want you blaming me if you were to ever fail like 92% of others. So today, we're talking about how I know you can make $100,000 right now over the next 12 months simply by following this system. set 15, sit with 10, and sell 5. Show of hands, Facebook and YouTube world, who believes that if you set 15 appointments every single week and that you sat with 10 every single week, and if you ended up, because you set 15, sat and asked 10 and sold 5, would you make $100,000 if you were consistent about Cody's weekly system? Because there's also some agents that, I mean, every agent can do this. But to take it a step further, you may be able to do this, but you may fail because you may not do it consistently, Jimmy Needles. You may not do it consistently every single week. You may just do it one week. You may take 2 weeks off. You may say, dude, I made $3 grand, man. I don't need to do this again. I made $3 grand. That's more than I made at Chick-fil-A. Dude, I don't need to keep working the rest of the month. I'll work next month, you know. That's one of the biggest, that's another big reason agents fail is there's a lack of consistency with this system. You say, dude, man, I want to make some sick money and follow the Triple S system. Everyone does, but not everyone will. Everyone wants to make 100 grand, DJ, but not everyone will follow the system. George, Rigo, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy, correct consistency is key. It's huge, man. It's huge, guys. It's huge. So you say, okay, what are the steps to make $100,000 over the next 12 months? What are the steps? What are the steps? You say, dude, what are the steps? You got to find a prospecting system. Then you got to follow the 15, 10, 5 model. Okay? Then you got to be consistent. And do it every week. You say, dude, well, okay, Cody, I'll do that. I'll do that. I promise. I'll follow the 15, 10, 5. I'll be consistent every single week. I'll follow this system every single week, Jimmy. But, George, I don't know what my prospecting system is. This is where a lot of agents struggle because it's also hard for me to be sympathetic too because I didn't have a prospecting system when I first started. Linnell, dude, it's a lot of leads, and I think leads is the best way to do it. But some agents will say, dude, I don't have any money. Dude, I was 19. Do you think I had any money? Dude, I didn't have any money. So what I did was I had to create my own prospecting system because I couldn't afford leads back then. And yeah, okay, I could have. You can afford anything you want if you really want to afford it. But I didn't even know anything about leads at that point. I was 19. I just jumped in the business. So I got creative and created my own prospecting system back then when I was 19. And you know what it involved? It involved, and it didn't cost me hardly any money, not much. It involved warm market. It involved cold calling. And it involved door knocking. Because back when I was 19, I didn't know that, hey, dude, you can phone list. I didn't know that you could, I don't know about that one. I didn't know that you could work leads and that leads would be the best way to make $100,000 plus per year. Yes, leads is the smartest and easiest way to make over $100,000 every single year. But at the time, I didn't know that. So what happened? Well, because I didn't know anything about this, I had to get creative. I had to outwork, and I had to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to see 10. My whole goal every single week the entire year, the entire 8 months, when I was able to make $117,361.13, it was that, dude, I need to sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week. And I quickly learned that the math, actually, the numbers and the math make sense, Jimmy. It makes sense, Linnell. It makes sense, Venon. You know what I'm saying, George? It makes sense once you sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week. Don't complicate this. You say, well, dude, you know what? I'm saying use leads. But in this case, I didn't know about leads, so that's what I did. But you say, you know what, Cody? My brother will disown me if I talk to him about life insurance. I had an agent tell me that. Like, hey, dude, my brother won't even talk to me if I call him and ask him to purchase life insurance to protect his family. Dude, you need a new brother. Do it anyway. Right? Because, dude, if you care about him and you're serious about your business and you're sold, then it'll be obvious to him. You say, well, dude, okay, I see these steps. I see the Triple S system. Set, sit, and sell. And I understand that if I do this, I need to be consistent about every week. Okay, well, let's break this down, and let's just say that you worked 30 leads per week. Let's just say that you worked 30 leads a week. What's going to happen, and I promise you, the first time you work leads, it's probably not going to go as well as you would hope because you don't know what you're doing. Then you're going to blame the lead source. Then you're going to stop buying leads, and then it's going to be a cycle to where there's a lot of inconsistency going on because you don't know what to do and how to do it. We've got a free page on our website. It's secureagentmentor.com. It's called How to Close Our Leads. On that page, I give you when to call leads, how much to call them, what the specific 3-day follow-up system. I also give you the script. I give you what to say when you leave a voicemail. I give you what to say via text. I give you what to say when you send them an email. I give you what to say when you door knock. I break down the 5 calling tips of how to use a script when you work leads. All of this is for free on our website, and it's all focused on allowing you to be consistent and actually have good results with leads. Thank you, Bailey, for putting that in comments in Facebook. That's perfect. Because that's what it's all about. Agents can follow this. They can find a prospecting system. They can go see 10 people. They can go sit with 10. But they're not consistent about it. It's one thing to have a good week. It's another thing to have a good year. Very few agents ever have good years. And renewal percentages, dude, it varies with every company you're in. I've seen it as low as nothing, and I've seen it as a couple percent, 4%, 8%. You just never know. I've seen a dozen, This is one of the biggest things. I mean, if you have to take 3 steps to make $100,000, this is as simple as it gets. As absolutely simple as it gets. Find a prospecting system that allows you to set 15, sit with 10, and sell 5. And then be consistent about that every single week forever. And never stop doing it. When I was a new agent, I destroyed a lot of veteran agents in my own office. Simply because I found creative ways to follow this Triple S system. I found creative ways to follow this Triple S. If you're just now joining us, Roth, you're going to want to check this thing out. This video is all about how to make $100,000 per year as an insurance agent. I get this question, and honestly, where does $100,000 come from? Everyone always reaches out to me and says, hey, dude, I want to make $100,000. Can you help me? Why 100K? Because 100K 10 years ago is not 100 grand today. I would say the new number is about $250,000 nowadays. But say you want to make $100,000 a year. I'm going to go back to my Triple S system for a second, because I'm a firm believer that if you set 15, if you sit with 10, and if you sell 5, you'll make your 100 grand. But it all starts here, Austin Buchanan. It all starts here. You've got to set 15 appointments every single week. Every single week. Whether you're sneezing like DJ or whether you're out grinding like Jimmy, at the end of the day, dude, you got to set 15 appointments every single week. You guys need to come hang out in our studio. We have all kind of fun stuff happen during shows. You guys got to come here and hang out with us here in Springfield, Missouri, man. Christmas is coming. That's right, Jorge, dude. It's we got to hurry, man. We got to hurry. Jimmy says, PPD says 250K now. Patrick Bet David, yep. Dude, I say the exact same thing. But most agents never do what it takes to make 100 grand, let alone 250 grand, so it doesn't even matter. Because if 92, I'm on the phone now. Dude, you are, while you're watching this. I believe it. I know it sounds like a lot. I know it sounds difficult. You can move to Springfield, Missouri, and we'll make sure that this is never a problem. Everyone that I work with always does this, or they don't work here anymore. That's the Triple S system. Set 15, sit with 10, sell 5. This is what I like to call the Triple S system. It allows agents and teaches agents how to be successful and how to be consistent. Are there any other questions before we wrap this video up? This was all about how that you can make $100,000 per year as an insurance agent in the field. Everyone wants to be able to do this. Everyone wants to be able to do this, Danny, but no one will do whatever it takes to set 15 appointments. Dude, I want to make 100 grand as long as I don't have to pick up the phone. As long as you promise me I don't have to make any calls at all. I really want to make 100 grand, and I promise I'll do whatever it takes as long as I don't have to door knock anybody. I want to make 100 grand, and I'll do whatever it takes as long as you don't make me talk to someone in my family about life insurance. Dude, I'll do whatever it takes, just not any of the above, right? And you can simply increase your income by increasing numbers. Dude, that's it, 100%. There's a lot of agents that when they sell 5, they'd probably make closer to 200 grand. They really would. So that's why I'm shooting low, because maybe you're a captive agent on a low commission level. Who cares? Master where you're at. I didn't know that there was phenomenal high comp independent opportunities back when I made over 100 grand. I had no clue. I was making 35% on whole life and 50% on term and everything else. It didn't matter, because I was sold on making my situation work. And I was actually going to do whatever it took. Any other questions about making 100 grand? Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for all the comments, all the questions, all the interaction. You guys are amazing. I love you all. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys at the 8% Nation Wealth Conference at Nissan Stadium. Any questions? Any questions about today's show, about making 100K, about being committed, or about being consistent? You're welcome, Jorge. Thank you, buddy. Any questions about being consistent, about the steps? You remember the 3 steps that we just went over? Have a prospecting system, follow the Triple S system, and be consistent about it. It's, for whatever reason, I guess it's harder than it sounds, because most people don't follow it. Most people don't follow it. If this sounds too small, then double it. If it sounds too big, don't lower it. Any other questions? Any other comments? All right. You guys are awesome. We do this every Monday at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's all about delivering value to agents that want to be successful in this business as an insurance agent. We also do deal breakers on Wednesdays. We do deal breakers on Wednesdays at 2. We've got 8% Club Fridays at 2. Dude, which show's your favorite? Is it the old cold calling? Is it the insurance agent training? Is it deal breakers? Is it 8% Club? Which is it? Out of those, is it the old brain power, the old cold calling, the insurance agent training? Out of any of them, which one's your favorite show that we do? Chime in real quick on Facebook and YouTube. I'm kind of curious. We want to know. You're welcome, Rigo. Thank you, buddy. We want to know what your favorite show is of the ones that we do. And you say, you know what? Some would maybe say shoot, we call it a show, but well, you know what it really is? It's a training. Jorge says, dude, I prefer the insurance agent training, the newest one. Thank you, buddy. I would say it's the most relevant to our audience, even though we do a lot of good ones. It's probably the most relevant, and that's why it's probably one of the most popular. All right. I'll be up in Columbus, Ohio, the end of the month. In Chicago, the end of the month. The old telesales, Rigo? Is that the old telesales tycoon? That's funny. I like that. I think that's where he was going. He just said telesales. Or maybe cold calling. Yeah, maybe that. Classroom status. You like that? Classroom with Professor Cody and Professor Jorge and Professor Jimmy and Rigo and George. All right, I'm out. You guys have an awesome rest of your week. Continue to dominate in your business. Do me a favor. Have a prospecting system that allows you to set 15 appointments every single week and then be consistent and deliberate about what you're looking to accomplish. And I promise you, 100 grand is a piece of cake. I'm out. Have an awesome week. Thank you guys.